Rise and Grind DMV. Happy Sunday. We are waking up to partly cloudy skies across the area, but we will start to see more peaks of sunshine as we head through the afternoon. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast up next.
This morning on DC News Now, fire at a townhouse in Montgomery County sends one person to the hospital and injures a firefighter. The cause of the fire and how many firefighters it took to battle the flames. Then a George Washington University employee off the job following comments made regarding the killing of Charlie Kirk. What we know, that's coming up. And thousands of runners to fill DC Street for the annual DC Half Marathon. What roads will be impacted?
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey there, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on DC News Now on this Sunday. It is September 14th. Your time, 8 o'clock. I'm Tosin Fakile. How's it feeling today? Well, let's start with a live look outside. It is gorgeous. The sun is up. The live look over the National Cathedral. Let's talk to meteorologist Brittany Ward for what we can expect as we continue our Sunday. Brittany, good morning. The sun is up. It looks pretty outside. Does it feel pretty outside?
You know, I would say, I guess it depends on who you are. If you like the warmth, then you're going to love the weather. If you don't like the warmth, well, unfortunately, you may not like the weather today. We are going to be holding on to those warm conditions throughout the rest of the morning, and that's going to linger into the afternoon. But yes, we are waking up to a few clouds as satellite is showing you those clouds slowly passing their way through the area, but then notice behind it we're going to be tracking those sunny skies, and that will continue out through the rest of the day. High pressure just off to the south will pass through, but we're going to be keeping an eye out on this coastal low that's developing off of the coast of the Carolinas. This will be moving through during the work week, providing us with some wet conditions, and we're also going to be tracking a cool down as the system moves on through. So we'll talk about that in just a bit. Temperatures this morning were on the cooler side. Morning lows, waking up, stepping out the door, we're sitting in the 50s to 60s, and now we look at right now, we start to warm those temperatures up. We're holding on to the upper 60s right now in DC, lower 70s to talk about right around 9 o'clock, and then about 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock this morning. It looks like we're going to be warming up into the upper 70s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast, Tosin, and what to expect up next.
All right, Brittany, we'll check in with you soon. Thank you. We begin in Virginia, where Prince William County police say 2 people were injured after a shooting last night. Police were on the scene on Telegraph Road in Woodbridge. Investigators say 2 people were found with gunshot wounds. Officials say people in the area should expect increased police presence as this investigation continues. 8:02, we head to Montgomery County. 65 firefighters battled flames at a townhome in the Aspen Hill area. Crews say that fire started at 12:30 p.m., shutting down Longmead Crossing Drive between Homecrest Road and Lady Mead Drive. The flames spread to one of the connecting townhomes. One person was taken to the hospital for possible burns and smoke inhalation. A firefighter was treated for burn injury on the scene. Officials say the fire was caused by an accidental malfunction of the HVAC system. Firefighters estimate about $350,000 in damages. In the district, police are investigating a deadly stabbing in Northwest. It happened just before 4 a.m. on 14th Street, where officers say they found a man with a stab wound. He was taken to the hospital unconscious and not breathing. He later died at the hospital. There's no word yet on an arrest or suspect. In national news, officials are still working to learn more on the background of the man in custody suspected of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk. Federal officials say the gunman's family helped to end the manhunt. They say Tyler Robinson's father recognized him from the images the FBI released and encouraged Tyler to turn himself in. Utah's governor says the family of the 22-year-old says he'd been critical of Kirk, alleging Charlie Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. An online comment after the killing of Charlie Kirk may have cost a George Washington University employee their job. Officials say an employee is off the job following an online post. Now, while the university did not share that employee's name, a spokesperson says GW unequivocally condemns all forms of violence. Dave Laval reports on how the school is beefing up patrols.
Increased security remains in place at the Mount Vernon campus of George Washington University. We're told it's all due to online comments by an administrator regarding the murder of Charlie Kirk.
I'm not totally sure that it's necessary.
Like it or not, Olivia Michelson and other students at the campus have extra security in place.
I'm not too worried about it.
Atticus D'Alessandro is a sophomore at the campus. He also questions the need for the increased security.
I trust the school, and if it was something really serious, I trust that they would take the proper precautions.
A university spokesperson said the extra police presence is in response to threatening communications from non-university individuals regarding the social media post.
It's just on everybody to, think about what they say before they say it, regardless of how you feel.
There are some people out there who would be willing to, take action, but I think that the professor was justified in using their free speech because that's what we do here.
GW said there's no immediate threat to the campus. Besides extra university police, campus buildings are restricted to only those who normally have access to them. Plus, you can only enter the campus through the main Whitehaven Street gate throughout the weekend.
Regardless of where you stand politically, I think we're all in agreement that political violence is not a good thing.
University police will maintain their increased presence throughout the weekend, while DC police will also increase patrols in the area. In the Palisades neighborhood in Northwest, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
And we have continuing coverage on the death of Charlie Kirk on our website, dcnewsnow.com. There you can find information about the suspect's arrest and the impact of Kirk's death. In Fairfax County, parents are worried that mold is making their children sick, and they're calling for accountability from the school district. Take a look at your screen. These are photos that show what appears to be mold inside Hayfield Secondary School. A parent tells DC News Now the issue first came up over the summer when students were on campus for band camp. Officials say the school district brought in cleaners, but since the start of the school year, they say issues have persisted. The parent says they're concerned mold is making their daughter, other students, and teachers sick and want more transparency from the school district.
We want to see the full remediation plan and know how long it's going to take. We want Dr. Reed and Mr. Gordon, who's the facilities chief, to meet with us at Hayfield, have a parent meeting where they will tell us everything they're doing, how long they plan to do this, who they're working with for advice, and answer all of our questions.
According to an email sent home to parents last week, Fairfax County Public Schools is addressing the problem. Leaders are working with an independent mold remediation team, we're told, to take action, including deep cleaning and cleaning HVAC units in the classroom. Alexandria City Council has approved permanently closing part of King Street by the waterfront. ALXnow.com reports the council unanimously voted to close the 200 block of the popular King Street to traffic, extending the city's pedestrian zone. Now, the move follows a pilot program. A survey shows 87% of people support the closures, and 12 out of 16 businesses on the block support the change. In the district this morning, thousands of runners are expected to fill DC Street for annual half marathon. If you're going to be there or not, you're going to feel the impact. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone has a look.
Yeah, this is a sold-out race this year, so as you can see, there are a lot of runners out here excited to lace up their shoes early Sunday morning. This race, it's considered a hometown celebration, snaking through the streets of DC. So today, runners picking up packets for the big day, getting their bibs and race day gear here at the DC Half Expo. The race itself, it starts at Haynes Point, circles around the monument, up through Rock Creek Park, and back, ending with a finishers festival out near Haynes Point. Now, the scenic views and support from the community along the course are part of what runners say make this race a fan favorite.
But it's always a great time living in DC and being able to run through the streets of DC. It's like hometown race, right? Like you get to see your friends on the course. The cheer squads are always amazing, so it's a fun day.
Now, race time is at 7 a.m. There is also a 5K that starts a bit later at 7:40. As for the road closures, multiple streets will be closed beginning at 6 a.m. on Sunday. They'll go through 11 a.m. and include parts of Main Avenue Southwest, Rock Creek Parkway, 15th Street from Constitution to Independence Avenue, and more. We've got that full list of road closures up for you on our website. That is dcnewsnow.com. Just put DC half in the search bar. Reporting in Southeast DC, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. On Saturday, families got to connect with local organizations and staff for DCPS annual back to school block party. The event was at Jackson Reed High School. Families enjoyed free food, performances, giveaways, and an opportunity for vaccinations. Those who were there were excited to learn about resources offered to help students.
I got some really good information about the nutrition, especially for the school system, and also information in regards to development for early childhood, especially that I have 2 younger children as well, and I think that's been very, very informational.
Organizers say the event will help build and continue momentum for student achievement.
Right down on the deck, ladies and gentlemen, just feet off the ground. He pulls up again, 6 to 7 positive G's.
All right, that was the scene of day 1 of 2 for the Joint Base Andrews Air Show. The annual event features military and civilian aerial demonstrations, performances. According to a social media post from Prince George's County Police, the show was so crowded they couldn't accept people anymore. But for those who got to miss it yesterday, the show continues today. The gates open at 9. The event ends at 4 p.m. All right, 8:11 is your time. Checking in with meteorologist Brittany Ward. Brittany, the weather is going to cooperate for the air show today, right?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a great day across the entire region if you want to get outside and enjoy it. We are going to be tracking those warm conditions, and we're also going to be seeing more peaks of sunshine as we head through the day today. So as we head through the rest of your morning, expect those temperatures to warm up, mainly getting into the 70s right around that 9 o'clock hour. Mix of sun and clouds will be the trend. Partly sunny though as we head through the afternoon, so we finally start to see a break in the sunshine or in the clouds. That's going to allow for those temperatures to warm up into the lower 80s by noon. Upper 80s to talk about though this afternoon, still holding on to mostly sunny skies, but we are tracking rain as we end out the work week. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast, Tosin, up next.